calling for fourths. So what it's asking us to do right now is to shade the model 1/4. So looking at these fourths, it's asking us to shade in 1/4. So we're going to shade in 1/4. Go ahead and shade it in. Now, if you look to the right side, it says shade to model 1/4 using the 8 size parts. Well, this one's in fourths and this one's in eighths. What can we do to the 1 or the 4, the 4 pieces to equal to 8? Diana? How do we get from a little number to a big number? You multiply. So what number do you, what do you multiply 4 by in order to get 8? 2. So if we shaded in 1 piece for the fourths, and we're multiplying it 2 by 2 to get to the eighths, 1 piece times 2 is equal to what? 1 times 2 is 2. So when we go to the eighths, we are going to color in 2 eighths. Now, 1/4 is equivalent to 2 eighths. So, how many eighth size parts do you need to make 1/4 size part? 2. You need 2 8 size parts. Now, let's look at the second step, because they're not asking for 1/4 cup of sugar. They're asking for 3/4 cups of sugar. So if you're looking at this left side right here, you have your fourths, and it's asking you to shade in 3/4. Go ahead and shade in 3/4. One, two, three, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3. So we're shading in 3/4. Now, on the right side, it's asking you to shade to model 3/4 using the eighths. Now, we know we multiplied 4 by 2 to make the eighth. Now, if we have 3 here, we're going to have to multiply 3 by 2 in order to get the eighths over here. So, how many eighth sizes do you think we're going to have to shade in? Yes, Ulysses?
6.
6. Good job, Ulysses. You're going to have to shade in 6. So you needed 2 8 size parts to make 1/4 size part. And now you need 6 8 size parts to make 3/4 size parts. So Patty should fill how many eighths of a measurement? 6 eighths of her measuring cup with dish soap. Oh, I thought it was sugar. Soap. Good. So all we did now was we figured out how to generate an equivalent fraction. So we went from 3/4 to 6 eighths. Now, there's a way to check. There is a way to check to see if they are truly equivalent fractions. What is the way that we can use? Rihanna? What way can we use in order to check this? Cross multiplication, yes. So we are going to multiply the numerator of the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction and see what their product is. Then you're going to multiply the denominator of the first fraction with the numerator of the second one and see what their product is. And if they are equal, if they come out the same amount, then that means that they are equivalent fractions. So what's 8 times 3? 24. 4 times 6? 24. So, 3/4, is it equivalent to 6 8?
Yes.
Yes, they are equivalent fractions. Good. Let's go to the next page. On page 82, on the top we have our example. How to write 2 fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. Now I'm going to show you exactly what I was telling you earlier. All you have to do is plug in the same numerator and the same denominator to multiply our original fraction by. So we have 1/2 and 1/2. And then our next circle has how many pieces?
2.
4. 4. So each piece is 1/4. So we're going to have to figure out what 1/2 is equivalent to. Well, to get from this 2 to this 4, what do we have to do? Multiply by 2. So remember what the rule is. Whatever you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. Whatever you do to the numerator, you do to the denominator. So what's 1 times 2?
2.
2. So we're going to relate our equivalent fractions. 1/2 multiplied by 2 2s, or 2/2, is equal to 2/4. Well, our second set of circles, we have our 1/2 and our 1/2. And now we have how many pieces total?
6.
6 pieces. So each piece is 1/6. 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6. So we went from 2 to 6. What did we have to do in order to get from 2 to 6? Multiply by
3.
3. So if we multiply this 1 by 3, what do you think it's going to be? 3. So let's show our work. 1/2 times 3/3 is going to equal 3 what? 6. Good job. 3 6. All right. So now we know 1/2 is equivalent to, what is this? 2/4. And it's also equivalent to 3 6. Was that hard?
No.
No, it wasn't hard at all. Now, something that you guys need to remember, because the other class struggled with this a lot. Right here, when we do this multiplication by the whole number in fraction form, you choose whatever number you want to multiply by. The easiest ones to do is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you're trying to find an equivalent fraction, multiply your original fraction by a whole number in fraction form. So if you want to do a whole number, let me see, and you want to choose 2, then you multiply by 2, 2, or 2/2. If you want to find an equivalent fraction for 1/2 and you want to multiply by 3/3. Whatever number you want to choose. But remember, whatever number you choose to multiply for the numerator, you also have to choose to multiply for the denominator. It has to be equal. You cannot multiply 1/2 by 2/3 to get an equivalent fraction. That will not work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, miss.
Do we have any questions?
No.
Let's look at our share and show. I'm going to do number 1, and then you are going to do number 2 and 3 by yourself. All right, so number 1 says, write a fraction that is equivalent to 1/3. Well, here we have our 1/3. And they cut it up into how many pieces?
Which one?
How many pieces?
12.
12 pieces total. So your 12 is going to be your denominator. How many pieces are shaded in? 4. That number 4 is going to be your what? Your numerator. So it's saying 1/3 is equivalent to 4 12s. Well, now we have to relate our equivalent fractions. How did we get from 3 to 12? Multiplying by 4. Now, if we multiply the denominator by 4, what are we going to do with the numerator? You're going to multiply by 4. Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. So 3 times 4 is equal to 12. 1 times 4 is equal to 4. Guys, this is mental math. You should know how to do this. You shouldn't be looking up here to see me writing down these answers. You should already know how to do this. Understand? Guys, you guys just don't understand. The ACP is in 3 weeks. We have to make sure that we know our multiplication facts. So if you gotta go home and you gotta sit there with your mom or your dad or somebody and do multiplication facts, then that's something that you're just gonna have to do. Because this needs to be mental math. It needs to be fast, fast, fast. We do not have time for playing. Now, you're gonna do number 2 and 3 by yourselves. It says write 2 equivalent fractions. Now, as you can see, you have your original fraction. Let me get closer to this one. You have your original fraction right here. All you're going to do is take that original fraction, multiply it. Multiply it by another fraction, but the fraction has to have the same numerator and denominator. It has to equal a whole so that you can get your new fraction. And that new fraction will be your equivalent fractions. This right here, number 2 and number 3, is the same thing that we just did up here for our example. The same exact thing. I'm going to give you guys 6 minutes. It shouldn't take you that long, but go ahead and try to do this. You're doing this by yourself.
Did it do well?
Mm-hmm. All right, 6 minutes on the clock. Remember, you have to multiply by the same numerator and denominator. The numbers cannot be different. The same numerator and denominator. They cannot be different. Carlos, you need to write numbers right here that are the same. You cannot use 1 to multiply by. I told you guys it has to be in numbers 2 and up. Good job, Patricia. You're putting the times 2 right here. Put the 2 right there. And on the bottom. And now multiply it. If you're putting a 2 on the top for your numerator, you have to put a 2 on the bottom for your denominator. Now multiply it across.
This
4 times 2.
8.
And then the next one is 5 times 2.
10.
So, up. 4 times 2 is equal to what?
8.
8. And what do you have here?
10.
Now find 2 numbers to put right here. Open the door, David. Think of a number to multiply both of these by. Pick a number 2 through 5.
3.
We'll put 3 on both of them, numerator and the denominator. 5 times 3 is?
15.
All right, now on the next one, pick a number, just like you did with the 3. Good work. So on the bottom, now write your equivalent fractions. 4/5 is equivalent to, what is it equivalent to? You just figured them out right there. What is it equivalent to?
12/5.